Why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? Is it because they're the tallest nail? Is it because they're a company that's easy to hate? Well, I suppose people who are hateful people in general will always find some reason to hate one company or another. Do I hate Microsoft? No. Do I dislike some of the things they do? Sure. But I'm a human being, right? I mean, I'm allowed to like and dislike things. Certainly don't have blind faith, even though I know some people would say otherwise. I used to be a gigantic Microsoft supporter. And in many ways, still am. I don't want to see anybody fail in the marketplace, if only because competition's always got to be healthy. There are many things Google does that I don't like, and several things that Apple does that I don't like. There's no winner in a race that never ends. So why does it seem to be a trend, as pointed out by one of our bloggers, Philip, there on LockerGnome.com in his story, why do tech bloggers hate Microsoft? Why do they automatically talk about something that Google does, even though Microsoft did it before? Why do they talk about something that Apple did, only Microsoft did it years ago? So this Dropbox thing that everybody loves, Microsoft's had SkyDrive for a while. Granted, it's not as easy or as cross-platform as Dropbox, but still, Microsoft had the concept well ahead of time, at least according to the way I remember things. Microsoft has been the first to do many things. So why don't they always get credit for doing those things? Spotify, a very popular music service you can subscribe to if you want to. But they were doing that with Zune years ago. And even before Zune, there was the Plays for Sure entire marketplace that Microsoft had set up stem to stern before they realized that their implementation was a little wonky. But they still did it. The Xbox. How could you hate the Xbox? And even the die-hard Sony PlayStation users have to be jealous of the way that Microsoft implemented online gaming. They have to be. You have to be. How blind could you be to not see that? Yeah, Microsoft did online gaming better with Xbox. They absolutely did. But why is it that anytime something's just a little off, that tech bloggers tend to be so hard on Microsoft over any other company? Well, at least that's Philip's perspective. I've seen it just the same for Google. When Google makes a screw up, it seems like tech bloggers are all over that. Or when Apple does something wrong, tech bloggers are all over that too. Sky isn't falling. I guess the bottom line, at least for me, and this is, I guess ancillary to the story that was posted that I'm referring to here. Controversy's not bad, but sometimes perspective is needed. I recently, and I'm not going to name any names, I was recently called in to do I guess it would be like a media hit. I basically asked to be on a news broadcast, a national news broadcast. And they asked me for a perspective on a story, and I gave them my perspective, and they said, thanks, but do you think there's another perspective? I said, no, this is the absolute truth. I mean, beyond my perspective, here's the facts. And they were looking for a completely different way to spin those facts. And I wasn't willing to do it. Even though it would have been great coverage, I just didn't believe in really sacrificing my own belief structure just for the sake of being on national television with, an opinion that just wasn't mine. The world used to be Microsoft versus everybody else, but I don't know if I see that anymore. There are a lot of big companies, and they do good things, and they do some not so good things. But the bottom line is, why does it seem that Microsoft always is the first to get smacked? Is it because they were the first big technology company that everybody loved to hate? Maybe that's why I liked them so much. What do you think? Do you think that tech bloggers have a slant from one company or another, or do you think it's spread across the entire channel of technology and punditry? Everybody's got an opinion. You'd imagine that nobody would be biased, but everybody, including yourself, happens to be biased.